My client brought this girl and said it does not want her own to be as high as this lady own. I said, why not, mama? I can give it to you what you want. So this is my regression after I've done sewing. This is what I have. So it all depends on what you want. I'm working with a Mikado fabric. The black material I'm holding is Mikado fabric. If you have ashoke, you can use it as well. But we don't have ashoke. I have my Ankara. So I've already folded my Ankara into two and I've go ahead to iron it flat like so. The length for the gown is 33 inches. I'm going to be attaching the gathers at the lower part of it, okay? So what I have here is 33 inches. If you don't want the gathers to be as low as what I have, you can reduce the measurement. Probably you work with 30 inches for the length, okay? So what I have here is 33 inches. I mark a 12-inch which I wanted to use as my sleeve opening. I'm going to adjust it later. I mark a hip point which is 26 inches and I draw a line like so. I'm marking a shoulder measurement. After that, I'm also marking how long I want the sleeve to be. I connect it like so on a straight line. When I check my phone, I noticed that the sleeve is not as wide as what I intend to make. So I'm marking now 10-inch for the sleeve opening so that after sewing I will have like 8-inch or 8.5. At this a bust point, I'm marking quarter of our bust circumference plus 2-inch for east and 1-inch for sewing allowance. For the freeness, it depends on what you want. You can add 1-inch for east and 1-inch for sewing allowance. In my case, I had 2-inch for east and 1-inch for sewing allowance. On the hip line, I'm marking quarter of our hip measurement plus 2-inch for east and 1-inch for sewing allowance, and I connect it like so. I see the way I curve the armhole like so, and I connect the hip down to the hem of this gown like so, and I'm cutting it out. The next thing I'm doing now is to mark the width of the neckline. The width of the neckline I use is 3-inch, and for the depth I use 1-inch. Guys, I will advise you use 1.5-inch, okay? So that is what I will have. After getting my back piece, I'm going to use my back piece to get my front piece. The length of the gown is 44 inches and I've already cut out 33 inches. So if you minus 33 inches from 44, what you have left is 11 inches. So I've done cutting it out. I'm going to put one piece aside. I cut it exactly the same. Can you see? I cut it exactly the same. Everything is the same. So I'm putting one aside. That one will serve as my back piece. Okay. From this folded edge, I'm marking 2-2-inch. The width, the depth of the front neck I'm using is 7-inch. Okay. And I will advise you use 8.5 if you are sewing this type of style. So I mark 2 inch and I connect it like so. Afterward, I connect it back to the neckline like this, and I'm cutting it out. So it is this my cut out piece that I will use to determine how wide I will make my black piece or my center design piece to be. Okay, there will be a sewing allowance. For this black mikado, this is a mikado material. So if you are working with a material that is not firm, iron a stay on it. This material is almost like ashoke. The only difference here is that it's plain, it's firm like ashoke. So I'm going to cut out the wideness of it to be 3 inch on fold, 3 inch on fold, guys. So remember what we cut out on the center of Ankara was 2 inch, so we are making 3 inch on fold. After that, for the length, I actually add up to 5 to 6 inch. Add allowance like 5 to 6 inch from the extra the cut out piece that you have, because you are going to use it to turn the back. This plain material is going to go round the back, come back to the front. I'm going to cut 2 of these, so I'm placing the cut out piece on top of another one to cut exactly what I have. I'm going to join this part like so. I will also notch where my front neckline stop. So we are going to start sewing. This is, take note of the way we are going to stitch down. And guys, I've just noticed that I even forgot to slant my shoulder, so I'm going to be doing that later. I have to slant the shoulder. When I place it like this, I notice that I did not slant my shoulder, so I'm taking 1 inch like so, and I'm marking 1 inch. Our shoulder is not supposed to be straight, okay? So I blend it back to the neckline like this. I'm going to be repeating the process on both sides of my shoulder. Repeat the process on both sides of your shoulder. So I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it like so. After that, I iron it flat. So after joining my 2 front piece to my back piece, I'm notching the center of the back by placing the 2 shoulder line like so, and notch the center. Align the 2 shoulder line, the joining line, and mark the center of the back. That is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm going to measure from the center back to where my front neckline stop, the 7-inch mark that we take. I'm going to measure it and see it from our material. So I'm going to place my tape starting from the center point where we notch. You measure it to where the neckline, your neck will stop, the neck opening will stop. Okay, so when I get that, I fold the tape like this so that I can measure it. I can place the exact measurement on this black piece. Okay, on this black piece. So from the center of it, I'm placing that exact measurement and I mark it. So you are going to see the reason why we mark it this way. And we also find the center of it. You can see the way I fold my tape. This is 6 inch, half of it is 3 inch. If you are not okay, you can fold the tape to get the exact measurement. Like this, you can see the way I fold the tape is the same thing. So you mark that point like so. I'm going to do that straight down. This is the place that we are going to stitch down. And I'm going to stitch it up to this place that I mark out. After stitching it down, I'm pressing it flat. Guys, I noticed that the neck area is too small, so I'm going to be opening it up a bit. Okay, that's why I told you try to use 8.5 inch. Okay, the neckline, the width of the neck was too small, so I'm trying to open it up. I'm going to come down with 1.5 inch and open it up a bit. After this, I'm ironing it out. Now what I'm trying to do here is to use aiming gum to make this piece to be one piece. I'm trying to put the two side piece to be one piece and iron it out flat. I'm going to be repeating the same process on two sides. Okay, you can see me applying aiming gum at the two sides. Even at the neck area, I apply aiming gum and I use my steaming iron to press it flat. It will help your fabric not to shift. It will make it firm and align. Okay, you will not have any form of a fold if you try this out. And again guys, I will advise you, if you use a soft material like a crepe, please add interfacing before you attach it to your center front. Okay, this is how I'm going to be stitching it down, from the center back to the front and from the center back to the other side of my front. And guys, once we have done attaching it, this is what we have. It's very clean and very neat. It's very beautiful. So you can see what I have here. Like I said, I actually have more than enough. So you can see me trimming the excess out, and I'm ironing out the neck area out. I'm ironing out my neck area to make sure that it's relaxed and firm. So guys, we are moving on to the next part of this tutorial, which is the sleeve area. So for my sleeve, the length of the length of this piece is 3 inch on folds. Okay, so I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it down like this. I will be repeating this process on the two sides. So guys, after stitching it down, this is what we have. The next thing is to shape it down with 1 inch. Remember, we added 1 inch for stitching allowance, so we are going to shape the two sides with 1 inch. Okay, after shaping it out, guys, I'm loving what I have. I'm loving my handwork. So we are going to move on to the next step of it, which is attaching the gathers to the down part of it. I've already cut out my working piece. The length of this piece is about 13 inches. Okay, the length of the gathers is about 13 inches or 14 inches. Remember, what we are working with is 11 inches. We need the length to be 11 inches. Okay, and we are going to fold the down part of it with some allowance, and also I'm going to use the upper of this gathers area to attach it to my gown. So just calculate your measurement and make sure you add allowance to it before you attach it to your gown. I measure the length of my gown. I measure how wide is the gown, and I'm going to times it by 2. You know, is the front and the back. And for this gather piece, I'm going to make sure that I times whatever I have for both the front and the back. In my case, it was 40 something, so I'm going to times it by 3. When I measure this piece, I find out that it's more than 3 times of the measurement. Okay, so I will be taking it to my machine and fold it like this. It's more than 3 times of the measurement of my gown, so it's very, very important. I'm very okay with that. I'm going to fold the hem of it like this. And guys, I've done doing that. I fold the hem of it and also run a gather stitch at the upper part of it and pull it. When pulling it, I make sure that I pull it to the exact measurement that we measure out from this gown. When I measure it, guys, I told you that I times it by 2 because it's both the front and the back piece I'm working with. So when you are pulling out your gathers, you make sure that you have exactly what you have like this. I open up one side, attach the gathers to it, guys, and this is what we have. If you have learned anything in this video, please do not fail to subscribe to my channel, share and like my video so that more people can get to see it. And by the way, my name is Grace. See you all in my next video. Bye.